Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. And today we're going to be looking at Dan Brown's Inferno, which
Oh,
is the fourth book in
I
the Robert Langdon series.
yeah.
So we're going to cover all the major plot points, the themes,
Mm.
and really just try to give you a good understanding of the book in
Ooh,
just a few minutes.
sounds fun.
And Inferno actually won a Goodreads Choice Award for Mystery and Thriller in 2013.
Oh, wow.
And it was also adapted into a film in 2016.
Oh, very cool.
And one of the things that makes this book so interesting is how it connects to Dante Alighieri's
Right.
epic poem Inferno.
Yeah.
It's not just the title.
Yeah.
The book features symbols, motifs, and locations that are all directly inspired by Dante's vision of hell.
Right.
So if you're interested in art history literature or just a good mystery,
Mm.
Inferno is definitely a book that you should check out.
Yeah.
So to get started, the story begins in Florence,
Okay.
with Robert Langdon waking up in a hospital bed
Right.
with no memory of how he got there.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. I mean,
He's got a head wound, he's got amnesia,
oh my God.
and he's got this strange biohazard container tucked into his pocket.
So right away, we're in the thick of it.
Yeah, right from the start.
Wow.
Dan Brown throws us into a world of mystery and danger.
Yeah.
And to make matters worse, an assassin shows up at the hospital trying to kill Langdon.
Oh no.
But luckily, he manages to escape with the help of a brilliant and resourceful doctor
Okay.
named Dr. Sienna Brooks.
So we have our dynamic duo,
Right.
our partners in crime.
They're on the run.
Mhm.
He has no memory. There's an assassin on their trail,
Right.
and they've got this mysterious object.
Oh my God.
So where do they turn for answers?
Right, where do you even start with that?
Well, the only clue Langdon has is a small image of Botticelli's map of hell, which is based on Dante's Inferno.
Okay.
It's a modified version, though, with letters and symbols added, and it leads them on this chase through Florence's historic landmarks.
Interesting.
Of course, Langdon, the symbologist, following a trail of symbols.
Left behind for him, probably by whoever put him in this mess in the first place.
That's right. Yeah.
And as they decipher these clues, they uncover a terrifying plot
Yeah.
orchestrated by this brilliant
Mm-hmm.
but deeply troubled scientist named Bertrand Zobrist.
All right, so we've got our villain.
Yes. So who is this Zobrist and what's his evil plan all about?
Well, Zobrist is a geneticist who's obsessed with overpopulation.
Okay.
He believes that humanity is on like this collision course with disaster if our numbers keep growing unchecked. So his solution is a deadly pathogen, a virus that's designed to drastically reduce the world population.
That sounds a little extreme.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's a race against time to stop this virus from being unleashed.
Exactly. And along the way,
Mhm.
Langdon and Brooks have to unravel this web of secrets and conspiracies.
Oh boy.
They encounter these shadowy organizations like the Consortium,
Uh-huh.
which is led by this mysterious figure known only as the Provost,
Great.
who seemed to be involved in Zobrist's scheme.
So it sounds like there are a lot of moving parts in this story.
There are, and
Yeah.
just when you think you've got a handle on thing, Brown throws in a twist.
Okay.
So they end up in Venice trying to track down this virus before it's too late,
Right.
but they soon realize that they're not alone.
Oh, who else is involved?
Well, they run into a World Health Organization official,
Oh, who are-
Dr. Elizabeth Sinsky,
Hmm.
who's also on the trail of the virus.
Okay.
But things get really complicated when it turns out that a man who had been helping them,
Oh.
Dr. Ferris,
Mm-hmm.
is actually working with the Consortium.
Wow. Betrayal mystery. A
Yeah.
deadly virus.
Yeah,
This is classic Dan Brown.
it is.
Yeah. And to make matters even worse, they discover that the virus has already been released.
Oh.
It's hidden somewhere in Istanbul, and it's designed to activate on its own.
Oh, my.
So the clock is ticking, the stakes are higher than ever,
Great.
and they have to find this virus before it wreaks havoc.
Yeah, what happens next?
Yeah.
So the chase leads them to Istanbul,
Okay.
a city steeped in history and symbolism. Perfect for a Dan Brown novel.
Yeah. I can only imagine the kind of clues
Oh, yeah.
Langdon uncovers there.
There are plenty.
Yeah.
They end up in the Hagia Sophia,
Mm-hmm.
which is this ancient basilica
Right.
turned mosque, and then a museum,
Wow.
searching for clues hidden in its art and architecture.
So they're hot on the trail of this virus, following Zobrist's twisted breadcrumbs.
Right.
But what about Sienna?
Yeah.
What role does she play in all this?
Sienna is an enigma throughout most of the book.
Uh-huh.
She's brilliant, she's resourceful, and she's deeply connected to Dante's Inferno.
Okay.
But her true motivations are unclear.
So there's a chance she could be a double agent working with Zobrist, maybe?
That's exactly what Langdon starts to suspect.
Okay.
He uncovers this hidden message, another clue left by Zobrist, that leads him to believe that Sienna might be more involved than she's letting on.
And is she?
Well, that's the big twist.
Oh.
As they get closer to finding the virus, Sienna disappears.
Oh.
It turns out that she was Zobrist's lover all along. What?
And she's deeply committed to his cause.
Wow, so all this time she's been leading Langdon right to the virus, but not to stop it, to help unleash it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Sienna believes in Zobrist's vision.
Okay.
She thinks that reducing the population is the only way to save humanity from destroying itself.
That's a pretty radical viewpoint.
It is.
So what happened? Do they manage to stop her?
It's a tense climax.
Okay.
They eventually find the virus hidden inside this ancient underground cistern in Istanbul.
Okay.
But it's too late.
Oh, no.
Sienna has already set things in motion to ensure the virus is released.
So Zobrist wins. He succeeds in unleashing this plague on the world.
Not exactly.
Oh.
Here's another twist.
Okay.
The virus isn't designed to kill people outright. It's a bioengineered vector that alters human reproductive capabilities,
What?
making a third of the world's population infertile.
So not a deadly plague, but a kind of global sterilization.
Right.
That's horrifying in a completely different way.
Yeah.
How does this change things? Well, it creates this whole new set of ethical dilemmas.
Right.
Zobrist's solution is still extreme, but it avoids mass casualties.
Okay.
It forces humanity to confront the issue of overpopulation without resorting to violence.
I can only imagine the chaos and debate that unleashes
Yeah.
what happens in the aftermath of the release.
It's a mixed bag.
Okay.
Sienna, realizing the full weight of her actions, expresses remorse and tries to help contain the spread of the virus.
Okay.
The World Health Organization gets involved, scrambling to find solutions and understand the long-term consequences.
Okay.
And Langdon, where does he end up?
Right.
In the end, Langdon returns to Florence, the
Yeah.
city where his adventure began.
Full circle.
Yeah. He returns Dante's death mask, he attends a funeral,
Okay.
and tries to process the events he's witnessed.
So it ends on a somber note with a sense of uncertainty about the future.
Inferno doesn't offer easy answers.
Right.
It leaves us with a lot to think about. The ethical dilemmas of science, the consequences of unchecked population growth, and the power of ideas to shape the world.
Wow, what a journey.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground from Florence to Venice to Istanbul, uncovering secrets facing betrayals and grappling with some of the most pressing issues facing humanity. And it really is incredible how Dan Brown just weaves together history, art, science, all these big ethical questions into such a thrilling narrative.
Yeah, he's a master at that. And I think one of the things that makes Inferno so compelling is how it connects back to Dante's Inferno. It's not just a title. It's like a framework for the whole story.
Yeah. Langdon's journey kind of mirrors Dante's descent into hell, both literally and figuratively. He's confronting his own demons, facing the darkest aspects of humanity, and ultimately forced to make these really difficult choices.
Exactly. And the symbolism that Brown uses throughout the book, the architecture, the hidden messages, they all connect back to Dante's vision of hell.
Like Botticelli's map of hell,
Yeah.
which plays such a crucial role in guiding Langdon on his quest.
Yes, and the way those images and symbols are woven into the story, it's like a secret code that adds another layer of depth and meaning.
It's like a treasure hunt through history and art.
Exactly.
I also found Zobrist's character to be incredibly intriguing. You know, he's clearly a villain in some ways, but his concerns about overpopulation are real.
Yeah.
It's a complex issue that we can't just ignore.
Absolutely. And that's what makes Inferno so thought-provoking.
Right.
It doesn't offer these easy answers. It forces us to confront these uncomfortable truths about the state of our world and the choices that we face.
Is there a right answer to this?
I mean,
is Zobrist ultimately justified in his actions?
that's a question that each reader has to kind of grapple with on their own.
Yeah.
The book doesn't condemn or condone his actions.
Okay.
It just presents them as a radical solution to a very real problem.
And Sienna's character adds another layer of complexity to that moral debate. She truly believes in Zobrist's vision, even if his methods are extreme.
Yeah. Her character is fascinating. She's both brilliant and dangerous, compassionate and ruthless.
Right.
She embodies that inner conflict that we all face when we're trying to do what we believe is right, even if it means making these difficult choices.
So what do you think is the main message Dan Brown is trying to convey with Inferno?
I think it's a warning, a call to action.
Okay.
It's a reminder that we can't just ignore these challenges that are facing our planet, whether it's overpopulation, climate change, or any other global crisis.
Yeah.
We need to find solutions.
Right.
And those solutions might require us to think outside the box, to challenge our assumptions, and to work together.
It's a reminder that the choices that we make today have consequences that will ripple through time,
Exactly.
shaping the world for future generations.
Exactly. And it's not just up to scientists or world leaders to solve these problems. It's up to all of us. We need to be informed, engaged, and willing to find common ground to create a better future.
Well said. That's a powerful message to take away from our deep dive into Inferno.
Yeah.
We hope you found this exploration of the book's themes and characters insightful and thought-provoking. And remember, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the conversation going.